Hi, I'm Erik the Travel Guide. I've got some dates to run past you here. 1492, 1513, 1565, 1776. Wow, we've got a lot to cover. That's why we're starting here in St. Augustine, Florida. Next on Beyond Your Backyard.
Beyond Your Backyard is being brought to you in part by the following.
I am Erik the Travel Guy, and this is Beyond Your Backyard. Oh, hi. Thank you for watching, and welcome to America's historic coast. Now, let's consider this for just a second. We've got Plymouth, Jamestown, even colonial Williamsburg, all vying for their piece of America's story. But if you think about it, our nation's history is actually thousands of years older than that. Now, while we're not going to travel that far back in time, we are going to bring you to 1513, which is why we're here. This is St. Augustine, Florida, just south of Jacksonville and Ponte Vedra. Yes, we will be searching for answers, cultural enlightenment, and we'll do a few kitschy things as well. On today's episode, we'll take you 30 degrees and 8 minutes north. We'll have a one-on-one conversation with one of America's richest Gilded Age industrialists. We'll sample plenty of grilled beef tongue, and we'll wash it all down with a very tall glass of water from the Fountain of Youth. Yes, I brought my St. A game, so let's get started. Our trusty map is here to guide us once again. This is the state of Florida, a state added to the Union back in 1845. This is Miami and Key West. Wow, shameless plug for a previous episode. And right here is St. Augustine. This was my first visit, and I have to admit, I was surprised at how much there was to do and see. The year-round population is about 14,000 residents, which of course swells in the winter months. Caw-caw! That's the sound of a snowbird. There's the image, yes. You see a lot of that in the state of Florida. But you will find young people here in St. Augustine, as well as happy families heading to the beach for fun in the Florida sun. Wow, all this talk about sun is making me parched. Better get some water. And where better to do that than the Fountain of Youth? What are some of the things that they're learning while they're here?
They learn about the legend of the Fountain of Youth, all right, how that came to be. They get some of the water, get to taste that. Then they can go to a planetarium where they'll learn about how the early explorers used the stars to navigate. We have a Discovery Globe show that shows the routes of the early explorers. We have an Indian village with live reenactors. We'll talk about the village of Saloy. We have a cannon firing, blacksmith that works with the metal. We have an arquebusero that shoots an arquebus, a matchlock firearm.
That's so cool.
A lot to see here.
Once again, lots to see, and again, open almost every day.
Every day except for Christmas, I believe.
I want to talk about the water itself and the fountain itself. Who discovered it? Was it actually discovered? Help me out a little bit with that.
Okay, so when Ponce de Leon got here in 1513...
Right, a little further north, right?
Further north, he took his reading at 30 degrees 8 minutes, which is north of here.
Yep.
He needed to find first safe harbor, okay?
Right.
He needed to make repairs to his ships, get provisions, and he thinks this is an island. Instead of going around the island, which is a good thing he didn't because it was much bigger.
Quite some time, yes.
He turns around looking for first safe harbor. St. Augustine would have been it. Probably saw the fires, the smokes coming from the Temucans village, of them trying to dry out after a storm that they had for about 2 days.
Yep.
They come in, they're greeted warmly by the friendly Temucans. That's a winning moment. They have water. They had, at that point in time, it was an artesian spring. The water came up to the surface of its own pressure. When you were down there, you'd be standing knee deep in that water.
Got it.
All right?
Was this the actual spot?
This was the actual spot, right here.
That's pretty cool.
That is cool. And like I said, they stay here for 5 days. The sailors and the Spaniards, they all look at these Temucans. We're all healthy and vibrant. And some of them were 60, 70 years old. Where a European, if you lived to be 40, that was a major achievement.
Correct. I should have been dead 5 years ago. I understand, yes.
So, that goes with the legend, that they had these healthy Temucans, they had this fresh water, and that's how the legends begin.
But I think it's worth noting, Ponce de Leon wasn't looking for this.
He was never looking for magic water, ever. He was looking for new land so he can become the governor of that, because he recently lost his governorship in Puerto Rico.
Right.
And so he was looking for that. He was looking for gold. He was looking for spices. He was never looking for magic water.
Got it. And it's safe to note that when we say, well, how many of these exist, this very thing, there's only one of them in the whole world. And it's here.
Correct.
And you can come in any day and take a little sample.
You can bring your own bottle with you if you like. and fill it up and take it with you. Absolutely.
Well, I am a Visco girl, so that's another matter altogether. Dan, thank you for this. Let's go try a little water.
Absolutely.
Real quick, before the masses really.
Absolutely.
Come on,
let's
go
do that.
This. Speaking of the land, once Europeans arrived, it was all about fortification. So after I drank my fill of the local magic water, what is that, a 1565? That's a good year. Oh, I feel 40 all over again. I made my way to the coast.